everyone. Again, welcome to today for the DPWH conference of one singular project under the fiscal year 2026 DEO. So, before we start, I have first to Raymond for his asset
Please humbly come before you with hearts full of gratitude for the opportunity to gather today for this holy conference. We acknowledge you as the source of all wisdom, integrity, and we seek your divine guidance as we undertake this important responsibility. We ask you to bless this assembly, composed of the members of the Peace and Awards Committee, headed by our Vice Chairperson, Ms. Rosa Pekar, technical working group, and the secretariat, observers, inducers, and all prospective viewers. Let us stand and determine so that every decision, clarification, and decision may be guided by the principles of transparency and respect for the rule of law. Lord, strengthen each of us to uphold the standards of ethical conduct, and may we completely discharge our respective duties with dedication. That our action represents our commitment to good governance and responsible stewardship of public resource. As we begin to this proceeding, may your presence be among us, guiding every word we speak, every question we raise, and every decision we make. Grant us patience and unity and sound judgment, so that all our efforts may lead to outcomes that honor you and promote the common good. We entrust this conference and all our endeavors into your loving hands. All this we ask in your most holy and precious name. Amen. Then let the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, amen.
Thank you, everyone. May I now request the head of the procurement unit and my voice, the head of the block secretariat, to announce if we have a forum for today's proceedings.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. To the Secretary Forum, we acknowledge the presence of our block members, namely Ma'am Rotan Ako, our Vice Chairman, Ma'am Sona de la Cruz, our regular member. Sir, we have Tika, our provisional member.
Good morning to everyone.
Our Sergeant Maria, our provisional member. Sir Justin Maria, we have 5 out of 5 members, therefore there's a quorum. Prior, may I also inform everyone, all observers have their own copy.
Thank you, Commissioner, for that announcement. However, I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the co-representative, Sir Jesus Ray. Thank you again, sir, for always joining us in all our proceedings. And of course, acknowledge also the presence of the head of the technical working group, Sir Arnold, and his members, and also all the members of the secretariat and the support group, and likewise several work representatives of our LC and those presenters for the project that is due for our press conference from the planning and design section. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. So, for our agenda, I would like also to acknowledge the pronouncement that there is a quorum for today's proceedings, and therefore I would like to announce that this proceeding is called to order. For the agenda for today's board conference, the brief presentation and the discussion for the basic contract data, the project details, the contract description, the ABC graduation will be presented by the planning and design section. So may now turn the floor to the representative of the planning and design section. Thank you.
common effort. For today's public conference po, we will present only one surveillance project po under DAA of fiscal year 2026. The project ID number is 26AB0034, and project description is construction, improvement of active roads leading to shared tourism destinations, tourism road infrastructure program, population campaign access road leading to Madonga, Nueva Era, Ilocos Norte. With station 3 plus 841 to station 3 plus 866, and $28,197,200.
Personnel roles. So, with regards to CW1 and CW2, is this included in the public data for the CW1 and CW2? Or hindi po siya mahimay?
Alam mo, kami construction site where the one who made the big blocks, we did not specify now, so we will be issuing big bulletin for you.
Okay, professional system. Okay, sir. Thank you, Sir Alex. So we will be expecting a big bulletin for this session. Okay, together with the major category of work and the similar category of work that will be individually specified, Sir Alex. Yeah. So similar for the major category of work and similar category. That will go through with the
It will be the demand that sabi sila.
okay, please go ahead.
Good morning, Madam Vice Chair. We would like also to inform that from the planning and design section, we plan also to amend our bill of quantities as we have identified some items no longer required for the BOQ and also identified items that should be included in the bill of quantities. So we will also be amending our bill of quantities now to be included in our supplemental budget.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you for that. Please take note, the procurement unit for the issuance of our supplemental bill bulletin. Please continue.
Presenting naman po yung legal evidence the guidelines. General construction rules. Typical roadway section with light sunrise. Reinforced concrete pipe over details. And details for reinforced concrete backfill work. The straight line diagram showing the beginning and end of the project. The plan and structure for the bridge. The first section for section 1, section 2, and section 3. The general construction notes. The general plan and elevation, file details. Training plan and estimated quantity. Details for the pavement. The estimated quantities for the file. Typical abutment details. Typical sidewalk details. And typical lane and sidewalk. That is all for the details within the site plan.
Okay na? Do we have any issues or concerns regarding this person data? Especially for the implementing sector? Okay na po kayo? Maybe? Wala na? So that we can move forward. Wala na? We will now go to agenda 2, the requirements of the bidding documents, including the instruction to bidders, the general conditions of the contract, the special conditions of the contract, and of course, the schedule of the procurement activities to be discussed by the head of the procurement unit, Mr. Richard.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. not an invitation to July 22 until July 26. Issuance of the disbursement July 22 until August 11, 2022. The credit conference July 21, which is today, the fifth and settlement of this August 11. We have a book under the Republic Act, Section 09, Section 2.4, but we do not have a feature as SLCD that is similar to the contract of the group and its value. Adjusted current price of using the PSA pensioner as a indicator must be at least 2% to the minimum, provided that contractors under small A and small B categories without similar experience as the contract review registration based on guidelines as prescribed by the Procurement. That's also the next discussion will be on the end user by the category of work.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning po. For the category of work for this 26A0034, the major category of work for CW1 will be BCCBT, which is bridge, construction, concrete superstructure with grid and piles. Its similar category of work will be BRTCBT, which means bridge, replicating concrete superstructure with grid and piles. For the CW2 component, the major category of work will be RCP, which is road construction or PCCP. And for similar category of work, the RRP, which means roads rehabilitation PCCP, and RCPP, roads complete construction of tunnels PCCP. We would like also to add that for the supplemental bulletin which will be issued regarding the ABC of the two components, user must not exceed the ABC per each individual component. Thank you. For the minimum major requirement equipment, as also shown in the presentation, there will be one payloader, LX80 QC, 1.5 cubic meter capacity.
Correction, sir. Two or one payloader?
Two. I'm sorry, ma'am. So two payloaders with 1.5 cubic capacity, one backhoe with pavement breaker, 0.80 cubic capacity, one backhoe, 0.80 cubic meter capacity, motorized road grader, 163 horsepower, and one vibratory roller, SDO, 100 liters. 10 metric tons. One water truck or water pump with 16,000 liters. 4 transit mixers with 5 cubic meter capacity. We have only also one concrete batch plant with 30 cubic meter capacity. 2 dump trucks, 12 cubic yards. 1 cargo truck, 9 to 10 metric tons. 1 truck mounted crane, 41 to 45 metric tons. 1 diesel hammer, K25 or equivalent. 1 jackhammer, 1 dolly. 1 crawler crane, 71 to 80 metric tons. 1 hydro hammer,
and 1 generator set. Minimum material testing equipment, please refer to DEO 11, series of 2017. For the minimum material testing equipment and DEO 127, series of 2018, take application of RA 12009 in the conduct of cost qualification of bidders with the ongoing contractors with the DPWH.
Okay, thank you. Next question, please. Sir Arnold, for documents to be completed by the dealer.
For the required technical and financial documents to be submitted by the bidders, the technical component envelope should contain the bidder certificate of registration, management loan membership, in accordance with Section 20 of the Implementing Rules and Regulation of the Public Act 009, the FICAD license and registration in case of joint venture, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, the statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, the bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity. Joint venture bidders shall submit a joint venture agreement in accordance with RA number 4566 of the Contractors License Law. The original copy of the security in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized security declaration. And for the bid validity period, 120 calendar days from the date of submission of bids. For the bid security validity period, 120 calendar days from the date of submission of bids. The bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security as follows: cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a bank, the bank draft or guarantee or the revocable letter of credit issued by a bank, provided however it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a bank if issued by a foreign bank. For biddings conducted by MDU, bank, draft or guarantee or revocable letter of credit may be issued by other banks certified by the BSP as authorized to issue such financial instrument. Surety bond collable among the bond issued by surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security. The amount of bid security to be submitted should not be less than the required percent of the ABC. For the project requirements, which includes the following: the organizational chart for the procurement project to be bid, the list of contractors key personnel, the list of contractors major and material testing equipment units, which are owned or leased, or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of the availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. Also, we submitted the omnibus statement in accordance with Section 54.3 of the IRR. They also include the latest general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission and some affidavit of the security for corporation. All prospective bidders shall be required to submit the IFRS
total price versus unit price per item, unit price prevails. Total price versus approximate of component items, actual prevails. If the unit cost in detailed estimate versus unit cost in DEO, unit cost in DEO prevails. If the bid amount in if the bid amount is about ATC, it is considered non-compliant. In the first qualification, verification of legal requirements includes the pickup license, SPC, DTI, CDA registration, also includes the mayor's, their business permit, JV, joint venture agreement if applicable, the subcontract agreement if applicable, latest income and business tax returns, and should not be in the practice. For the technical requirements, this includes the bidder's stated competence and experience, including requirements LCP, the details of personal stated competence and experience versus requirements in DBS, and DBS availability, commitment, capacity, and operating conditions of equipment, units owned, leased, under purchase, for the contract versus requirements in BGS. Also includes performance in ongoing government and private contracts. There should be no slippage of at least 15% in one project, no slippage of at least 10% in two or more projects. Repair works done should be done on time, no substandard work, no unsatisfactory performance, no liquidated damages, and sufficient of the security at the time, amount, form, wording, and validity period. And for the financial requirements, examination of latest financial statements, especially current assets and liabilities, the latest value on completed portions of ongoing awarded contract, coinciding with subject contract, NFCC should be updated versus the ABC. In NFCC verification, during post qualification, diligently undertaken using a complete set of information, including contact limited to the bidder statement of ongoing and awarded contract that have been started, submitted latest submitted financial statement, and NFCC verification. The recent DPWH record presented in the civil application, projects and contracts management application, and other relevant department databases, and result of verification in other government agencies and private entities. Verification shall not rely on submitted NFCC verification in the bidder or a single database, but shall consider all available and updated records to ensure accurate determination of the bidder's financial capacity. Contractors obligated fully and properly disclose of all ongoing and awarded but not yet started contracts, including DPWH and other government and private contracts, by submitting the duly accomplished statement. Failure to submit and declare any ongoing and awarded but not yet started contract that constitutes a ground for disqualification and position of appropriate sanctions. Where verification establishes material misinterpretation, false statements, or non-disclosure of any ongoing or awarded but not yet started contract that affect eligibility or violate the bidding documents, that shall impose an appropriate sanction under RA number 12009 and IRR, including cost discontinuation and or suspension, blacklisting. And the personnel and equipment requirements of the project. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the same time as the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that 1. The personnel will be pulled out of the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract, and 2. She will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. The bidder may propose key technical personnel who is not his employee, provided the personnel is required to submit a certification that she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under bidding. This certification shall be
also to be verified during post-qualification is the set of equipment provided by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where it can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be disqualified. The contract shall be awarded to the bidder if the bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. The successful bidder shall be notified through the issuance of notice of award in the bid validity period and must be confirmed by the successful bidder in writing within 10 days upon receipt thereof in accordance with section 56.6 of the RA 12009. Also, failure to submit the original copy of the bonds as part of the insurance commission and the name of project, the prepared and utility contractor. Also includes certain validity and bid security validity period, overlapping and complex equipment and permitted key technical personnel, failure to indicate the validity of bids in the bid form, late submission of bid, failure to submit supporting documents, negative slippage in the ongoing project, unsatisfactory slippage rating, incomplete pages of bid documents, additional contract documents relevant to the project that may be required by existing laws and or approving entity such as construction schedule and expert manpower schedule, construction method, equipment utilization schedule, construction safety and health program approved by the DPWH as per DEO 41 series of 2024, the guidelines of the processing, approval, and control system construction safety and health program for DPWH infrastructure projects and other acceptable tools of projects for scheduling. That's all for the required documents to be submitted by the bidder.
Similar to manual submission guidelines for the preparation and submission of electronic bid are contained in PDF, ITB 21 and DEO 1987 series of 2020. All electronic bids must be sent to the email address electronicbid_locosnorte2@dpwh.gov.ph. Each bidder shall submit one original copy of the first and second component of its bid. The submission of bids through online submission to the given website or any other electronic means. The bidder shall submit an electronic copy of its bid, which must digitally sign. An electronic copy that cannot be opened or is corrupted shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. So, with this presentation, do we have any issues and concerns regarding this verdict conference of one civil works fiscal year 2026 project? So, again, I remind everyone that we will be issuing the supplemental bid bulletin. So, to all interested dealers who are with us and through online, please take note and await for the issuance of our bid bulletin. Maybe later today, result, okay. So, any more concerns and issues? Hearing none, may I declare this proceedings to be adjourned at 11 a.m. Thank you. And reminder again, we will be having the bid opening tomorrow. We will be opening our CY 2026 civil works project. Two projects will be open.